everyone, it's Monica, and welcome back to Tailor-Made Cards for You. Well, with Christmas in July behind us, it's now to start thinking about some of my Halloween projects. And as I indicated on my last video, I always do a 7 days of Halloween. I always do a 7 days of Halloween series. And I went ahead and I picked up some of my items that I'm going to be using for the series, and Ideaology by far is my favorite type of crafting for the holidays. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I'm a huge big Tim Holtz fan. So I wanted to go ahead and share with you some of the things that I got. Some of them are new, and some of them are repeat items. So for instance, this label set here is a product that you've seen in the past, but they are really great. I love using them for my projects, not only for some of my mixed media, but also for my cards. Now, this is a new item that I actually picked up, and I've always loved old cans. In fact, here's a can that I actually picked up at a vintage market. So I went ahead and I picked some up for a couple of reasons. Number one, I think they're great little storage tins, but also I plan on doing little what do you call these little, sets, little themes, where you can actually decorate the tin and then have the little frame. So I picked up the Sizzix die that goes perfectly as a frame over this tin, and I plan on doing little theme scenes this Halloween as well. Now, one of the reasons I love Ideaology is because it is close to my heart. I am a vintage collector. I love collecting old things. And here are a couple of boxes that I picked up that I do store some of my product in. These are old pharmacy boxes that hold labels. And I actually have some actual old labels that I carry in my shop. So I am going to be crafting with some of these this holiday season. But I also wanted to share these with you to remind you that you can pick up some of these vintage items over in my shop, Tailor-Made Cards for You. This, of course, is Hazel. And these labels are perfect for your Halloween crafting. And then I also have a couple of bigger Hazel labels. I have a smaller one, and then I have a larger one. And these are lithograph labels. These are actual vintage labels. They go back to 1910. And I also have these in my shop as well. So when you are thinking about some of your holiday projects, and you are working with some of your ideology, be sure to check out my shop as well, because I have a lot of vintage inspired items. I have a lot of my digitals that are out there, but I also have some authentic vintage items as well. These metal tabs I also picked up. They're really old, but they're great for your holiday crafting, and I plan on using these on some of my Halloween projects as well. These are also in my shop, so be sure to check them out. And as a matter of fact, I think they would fit perfectly in my new tin that I just picked up. So again, I like using these tins not only for crafting, but storage as well. If you are a vintage inspired crafter, you love to be surrounded by vintage items, even if they are reproduced, because they just kind of inspire us. All right, so a new product that was introduced to the Ideaology line were these eyeballs. And I did do some zombie cards last year, and I do plan on doing some more, so the eyeballs were a must. And then, of course, these beautiful butterfly wings were new. These are transparent wings, and I think they're beautiful. I think they're going to go great with some of our alcohol inks. And I was excited to see these because they go great with the paper dolls. So I hope to come up with some great projects for you this season. Now, I'm not really sure if I'm going to work in the wings in my Halloween projects. We'll see. But they are just a beautiful product, so I had to pick them up. And of course, I had to pick up some of the paper dolls. I probably have enough paper dolls for my collection, but I just can't pass these up. I just really love using them on my projects and coloring them, and you're going to be able to see them make an appearance, of course, in my Halloween cards. All right, so the next thing I wanted to share with you are some of the dies that I picked up. Now, I picked up this stamp set, and it's not a new release, but I love creating Halloween cards with sort of a laboratory feel. So I liked the set because I also got those potion vials. And then I also picked up the jack-o'-lantern and the owl, which again aren't new releases, but you're going to be seeing them make an appearance. I really like the Tim Holtz products, but of course I can't buy all of them when they come out on new releases. So I do take advantage of them when they do go on sale. All right, so a couple of the other items that I picked up, of course, are some of these, the witch and the little Halloween. And I use a lot of these die cuts to go in some of my kits. And if you've been to my shop, you know that I like putting kits together. I have a lot of product, and I hope to do a video coming up to kind of give you a sneak peek of my craft room, because I do have a lot of stuff, and I really enjoy putting together little kits for you to create some of these projects as well. Now, I have a few kits put together already. One of them is this Halloween kit, and like I said, I create these kits which not only have authentic vintage ephemera, but some reproduced ones as well. And then I also have some Christmas sets out as well. I'm sure you recognize this little Santa, and that is what I do sometimes, is I'll put together some of these embellishment pieces, and I'll put them in kits, so that way if you don't actually have the die set, you can at least utilize some of them in your projects. Now, here is a Halloween kit that I'm getting ready to pack up, and as you can see, I create these little pockets. I just use some of my scrapbook paper, and I sew up the edges to create like a little pocket that you can use for some of your own crafting, and then I just fill it full of pieces of ephemera. Some of these items are in my shop, so you can buy them individually, but I like to put together little packs, so that way when you do sit down to create, you can just pull out your kit and get to creating. So here's that witch that we just shared with you as far as the die cut goes, and it has the little black cat, and it's just odds and ends. One of those Halloween chipboards, and then of course I shared with you some of those Witchal, Witch Hazel vintage labels. So just odds and ends, things I think that you can use to create nice projects. And I jam it packed, so that way, like I said, when you do sit down to create, all you have to do is just pull out your packet and get to creating. All right, so the next thing that I wanted to share with you is another new product that came out in the Ideaology line, and this is this label tissue paper, and I'm really excited about this because I love the washi tape that matches this tissue paper, and now that it's actually on a tissue paper, I'll be able to do all sorts of collaging with it. All right, so the next couple of things are new items as well. And Ideaology, we've certainly seen some of these clippings in the last couple of Halloween releases, but this is new. You're going to get some more stickers that you can use. And of course, you see some of these labels and numbers, and these are great embellishments for not only your cards, but scrapbooking pages, junk journals, and even to decorate some of your envelopes. And then Tim Holtz did come out with a new 8x8 paper pack, and this paper pack is somewhat different than what he usually creates. These have a lot of great, vibrant, bold colors, and I think they're going to be great for Halloween. It kind of is like a mixed media look, and this is a little different than he's done in the past. So this is a paper pad that I just had to get because I really loved some of the bold colors, and I think it's going to be a great addition for my Halloween crafting. Now, like I said, the Ideaology line is my favorite line. I love creating with ephemera and adding metal embellishments. And that's what really got me into creating some of my own digital images, because I just love working with some of these pieces. So I'm going to share with you a couple of items that will be in my shop this holiday season, not only for Halloween, but of course for Christmas as well. And what I've been doing is, as you saw the big kits that I shared with you, I also have little embellishment pockets as well. And some of these pockets you can easily use with some of your junk journals. But what I've done is I've created pockets, and then I've filled them with ephemera, vintage tickets, all sorts of things. So you're going to have lots of choices as far as getting some of these little pockets. And of course, the little poison pockets are so cute. Like I said, you can not only use them to store your ephemera, but you're going to be able to use the pocket as well. And a lot of pieces of these ephemera, like I said, are digital images that are in my shop. So if you don't mind downloading digital images and printing them, then you can certainly do that as well, because some of these products, or I should say some of these images that you see, are directly in my shop. And all I do is print them out and cut them for you and put them in these nice little pockets. And not only do I have ephemera, but I've also created some fun stickers as well. I created these little poison stickers that you can use for your crafting, and I plan on using them for some of my packages that I mail out to my customers. But I do have these little poison labels that I created, and I stuck in this little pocket. And then I also have some hazard labels that are really fun. So I do have a sticker and label section in my shop. So when you head over to the shop, be sure to check out those as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this little peek into some of the items I'm going to be using for my Halloween creations. I am going to end the video with a few cards that I've created in the past for my Halloween series. And feel free to check out some of my other Halloween videos from previous years. And I have left links to all the products that I shared with you today. So if you are starting to gather some of your Halloween product for your crafting, be sure to check out the links because I really appreciate your support. All right, everybody, thanks so much for stopping by, and we'll see you again next time.